And a good spiritual morning to you once again. I'm Father Cosmas. Thanks for joining me today for a quick chat and, of course, our morning cup of coffee. And yesterday, November 13th, we celebrated the feast day of St. John Chrysostom, huge saint in the life of our church, known for his preaching. That's why he's called the Golden Mouth, right? Chrysostom. And so it got me thinking about the power of words and communication. And talking about that, thinking about that, how we use our words and our speech and how we communicate, whether it's spoken, whether it's written, the power and impact that our communication, that our words can have. And some general rules to think about that help us in the spiritual life. So the first thing is, I know we're talking about Chrysostom, the golden mouth, but I would sort of err on the side of the other famous sort of quote, which is silence is gold, right? Or golden. Silence is golden. The first thing I would say to think about when you're communicating is don't do it. When in doubt, just be quiet. I mean, how often do you regret the things that you don't say versus how often do you regret the things that you've said? It's not the stuff that I don't say that keeps me up at night. It's the stuff that I've said. So the regret comes in our forced communication. When in doubt, just zip it. Bite your tongue. Don't say it. It might be difficult in the moment, but you'll realize it's less to answer for and to worry about after the fact. So when in doubt, silence is gold. That's the first thing, the first rule. Spiritually, when in doubt, don't say it. The second thing is if you're going to say it, it's probably a good idea to think about it before you say it. We all know people that the thought pops into their head with no filtration process, no thought, just sort of shoots right out of their mouth. And it's probably not a good rule of thumb to just sort of speak without thinking about what you say before you say it. Try to think about the words that you use. Why are you saying it? How are you saying it? How is it going to impact people? Think about it before you say it. We all know people that in their speech, they're kind of like using an automatic machine gun and just sort of spraying you with bullets versus using a single shot rifle. Look through the scope, make sure that you're breathing right, take one shot, think about it. Be slow about it. Don't just destroy people randomly, indiscriminately with your words. Think about what you're going to say. So, number one, don't say it. If you have to say it, think about it. And as you're thinking about it, number three, and lastly, be charitable in your speech, right? It's the season of giving. The holidays are around the corner. We're going to blink and it's Turkey Day. Christmas is right there. So we're thinking about, well, how can I help people? How can I be charitable? It's the season of giving and we want to be charitable. Well, yeah, we also want to be charitable and kind with our words. How is the person going to hear what I'm saying? Why am I saying it? Am I saying it because it's going to help that person, benefit that person? Is there anything that they can really benefit from and do about what I'm saying? Or am I just saying it because, well, I just want to get it off my chest and I'm just being narcissistic about it? I can't tell you how many times people have commented on something that I've said way after I've said it, and I have nothing that I can do about it. Father, I didn't like that sermon. You gave the sermon a few weeks ago, and you were talking about this, and I have to say I had a hard time with that. I really didn't like the way that you said that. And I'm sort of scratching my head thinking, that was 3 weeks ago. What do you want me to do? Get in a time machine and go back and ungive the sermon that I already gave? There's nothing I can do about it. Why are you telling me that? You feel the need to unburden yourself. It's making you feel better. What do you think it's doing to me? Have you thought about what it's doing to the other person? So that's what I would say. Number one, don't say it unless you have to. Number two, think about it before you say it. And number three, and lastly, be kind and charitable in what you say. And ask yourself, can that person actually do something that's going to benefit from my words, from my communication? If they can't fix something or do something positive in the next 30 seconds or the next minute, maybe you shouldn't say it. People don't need to be told how they should be a completely different person or how they should change the whole way that they're living their life. Probably not going to be helpful or beneficial to them. And we want to be helpful. We want to be beneficial. As Christians, we want less sin to answer for, and we want to be doing good. We want to be helping people. We want to be kind and compassionate. We want to be bringing the love of Christ. We bring the love of Christ during times of giving, during times of charity, not just in food or in clothing, but also with our speech, with our words. Words of kindness and love and encouragement, the most important thing sometimes we can offer to people. And they're incredibly important. And those are gifts that we want to be giving, not just a month or two a year, but each and every day. Amen.